Bitcoin crash incoming and shorting the market. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning and good night for all of you tuning in. Do me a huge favor by smashing that like button for me, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about a possible market correction. We are seeing right now the fear and greed chart currently at the levels of neutral, which is something we've been waiting for on Bitcoin, right? We are also seeing the DXY finally take a little bit of a breather today, but it still looks like we are heading towards this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is very, very bearish and obviously not good for the crypto market, right? It looks like the stock market's doing okay, but Bitcoin is still struggling to go ahead and hold and break above the key areas that we've been talking about, right? So thank you, Happy, for being here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it looks like it slightly has touched our zone of resistance. We did see Bitcoin hit as high as 40,515. So literally almost to the point of what we talked about. There is a possibility where if we were to go ahead and see Bitcoin touch 40,535, more than likely we were going to go ahead and get rejected. And this kind of looks like the signal that we all been waiting for, right? So is this the time to go ahead and short the market? I don't know. We'll go ahead and talk about that today. So welcome, everybody. Let me go ahead and start sharing the live stream with the community. So let's go ahead and do that. So give me about 1 second while we get everybody in here, and hope all of you are doing well today. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and share this with the community. I don't know why, but it feels like a Friday today for me. We are now live. Chill me tokens. Yeah, I don't know why it feels like it's a freaking Friday. Do any of you feel that? Go good. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one today. Good afternoon, good night, or good morning. I think it might be good night for you, right? Getting close to good night for you. Let me go ahead and send this real quick to chat. Apologize for all the messages I haven't replied to. SEI on the move. Let's go ahead and check out SEI, man. Since you're the first one of the first besides Happy and Soul, let's go ahead and see what SEI is doing. Let's go and take a look at that. Give me a huge favor by smashing that like button for me though, please. SEI is on the move. Let's go ahead and see what SEI is doing. SEI is doing something very similar with Bitcoin. As long as we continue to get, the struggle on SEI, we could go ahead and see a continuation to the downside, which would indicate about that 30 to 40% correction on altcoins that I'm also expecting, right? 47. So there's a possibility we could also see this with altcoins and could be a huge, huge, huge bull trap. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now in the market. Also with Bitcoin, there's a possibility we're going to go ahead and drop down to $32,000. Obviously, this thing could change any minute. But in order for me to be a little bit bullish on SEI, I would like to go ahead and see it hold and break above 60. I think it was like 69, 67. I would like to go ahead and see it hold and break above 67 and then possibly see a continuation to the upside. Yeah, so this would have been like some sort of confirmation for to enter shorts on SEI, by the way. Not financial advice, right? Solely my opinion, but I do believe that there's going to be more money made shorting the market, in my opinion. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm really not, due to the fact that I know how retail gets very, very emotional when it comes to the market being red. And I know we're already seeing a decrease in the channel overall. Like, you people are not tuning in as much. We're seeing a decrease of views, subscribers, and that's typically what we get when we see retail kind of slowly fading away from crypto, right? From getting wrecked. So from a content creator standpoint, I do not want to see a crash because that also affects my channel's growth, and it just slows things down, right? From a trader standpoint, I think a crash is needed. As an investor standpoint, a crash is needed, and I think it'd be really, really fun shorting this market to the downside, because there's a lot more money to be made. We're going to be seeing a lot of these tokens. I mean, look at this. This is like a possible 48% correction on SEI. If you go over to Bitcoin at the levels where it's at right now, we do go ahead and come down to $32,000 from the levels that we're in right now. That could go ahead and be another additional 17% correction, right? If you weren't riding the wave from over here, from all the to the downside, that's about a 30% correction. So that that kind of takes us to the 30% correction. And if we also go ahead and see Solana, if we see Solana, I don't know what Solana is doing right now. Let's see how Solana is doing. Actually pretty good. But let's say if Solana was to go ahead and get rejected at these levels and come down to the $50, that's another 42% correction, right? So like, there's more money to be made on the downside, in my opinion. I think there's going to be more dumps coming in. And if we do see that dump come in, a lot of these tokens are going to collapse. But I think it's going to be like a quick little liquidity grab where like it just dumps so fast, and shorts go ahead and make their money, and then they're going to go ahead and buy up the dip, and it's going to reverse. So from a content creator, I do not want to see the market correct. Honestly, I think that's probably like the worst thing as a content creator that we could be seeing right now in the market. We're already seeing decrease of everything overall. But as a trader and investor, as I mentioned, I think it's good to go ahead and see what we're entering, right? Because there's been too much greed in the market. Like it's about time that we're finally correcting, right? So it's as I mentioned, personally, I would want to see one, but as a content creator, you know, I wouldn't want to see a correction. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that this thing reverses and we go to the moon, because that also means my channel goes to the moon. So that's just me being realistic. Go Good says, okay, so do you think it's going to drop? Looking for a long spot. I mean, if you're looking to go ahead and do a spot, I wouldn't be too concerned. I'll probably just go ahead and consider on buying the dips. That's what I would do, because realistically, any of this could happen, right? It's not a 100% confirmation where I'm telling you, okay, the market's going to 100% crash, right? Like, I wish I knew when the market's going to crash and dump, but even Solana at these levels, and this goes along with Bitcoin, and that's actually what I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about today, is that we could go ahead and still see a continuation to an upside where it's a short squeeze, right? Where, you know, shorts are thinking, you know, Solana is going to go down to the levels of 50. You know, shorts are also thinking, you know, Bitcoin's going to go ahead and break down to 32,000. And in reality, we just go ahead and see a massive push to the upside. We also have to keep in mind Bitcoin at $43,000. There's a lot of shorts that are going to get liquidated. So if Bitcoin does touch $43,000, best believe there's going to be a short squeeze happening, and most retail are not going to know what the heck's going on, right? So this thing's going to push the price action to $54,000 and $57,000 Bitcoin. So realistically, all it needs is a little flip in the market that quick, and everything changes. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't entered any shorts, by the way. It's a little bit of a, not a little bit, but it's quite of a clickbait title, right? I'm entering freaking shorts now. Now, I haven't entered any shorts just yet, but I am looking to go ahead and enter shorts as soon as I get that confirmation, right? So I'm waiting for that confirmation in the market. But with that being said, I'm not longing or shorting the market right now, and I don't think many of you should either. I think right now you should just go ahead and stay in the sideline if you have money ready. If you really want to be exposed to this market, dollar cost average, I wouldn't consider leverage trading just yet until we get a confirmation of where this market's heading, right? And if you want to go ahead and do that, make sure to go ahead and check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non-KYC platforms. We also have Bybit as well, and then NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra if you need a VPN for whatever needs you need that for, right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on. So let's go ahead and see what's going on right now. Moon Boot Boy, how's it going, buddy? Too cold for shorts. Not financial advice. How's it going, Said? Is it Said or Said? I think it's Said, right? Yeah, so that's what we're seeing right now in the market overall. I'm neutral right now. I usually have this stance where I'm really bearish and really bullish, but with Solana and Bitcoin, I was bearish on Solana around the zone right here. That's where it would have been good shorting. and I did actually take some short positions. And then with Bitcoin, I would have considered shorting around the zone right here. Like at the zones where we're at right now, it just wouldn't really make too much sense, at least in my opinion, because anything could really happen. And it looks like the market's 50-50 right now. We're seeing the fear and greed at a neutral. We're seeing some sort of positive momentums coming into the market. Like for example, we see the DXY slowly kind of take a breather today. We do also have to keep in mind it is an inverse head and shoulders on the DXY, which is not a bullish thing for the crypto market. But if we go over to the US 100, we are seeing that we are finally reaching some sort of top. I think there's still going to be a continuation to the upside on the US 100, which is the NASDAQ, which moves crypto and Bitcoin, but I do believe there's also going to be a top near the US 100 very soon. I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe it's this week, maybe it's next week, maybe it's next month, and it continues to push before we go ahead and come down, right? But right now, these key indicators right now are kind of giving us mixed signals. US 100 yesterday did close on a green, and then today it pumped and it's kind of a red. So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward. But overall, there's a continuation to an upside on the US 100, and we are getting close to that overbought territory. So I do believe there's still a little bit more room left for the US 100, and also for the DXY, there's a possibility it might take a breather or two here and there, but I do see the DXY continuing to the 104 and approaching the 107, which is very, very bearish for Bitcoin. So I'm more bearish right now with the information, but I would still consider a possible short squeeze, right? Because now it seems like everybody's bearish. And when retail's bearish, I don't want to be bearish, right? I also want to go ahead and show you these updates right here that my researcher, shout out to Joy, ended up putting together. So let's go ahead and see inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hourly on Bitcoin update. So let's go ahead and check that out together. We do see this right here. 1 hour chart has been formed. An inverse head and shoulders pattern breakout was seen. The holding up above the neckline flipped as horizontal support and resistance, as a retest would give a successful bottom of the recent downtrend. At the same time, 4 hour MACD bullish crossover. So I guess this is like a temporary bullish, trade if you didn't get into that trade. We could also go ahead and see the 9 Bitcoin ETFs that have bought a total of $102,000 of Bitcoin, or 102 million, I'm assuming, right? It can't be 102,000. Well, it actually is, surprisingly. 9 new Bitcoin ETFs have bought 102,613 BTC in just 7 days. It took MicroStrategy 300 days to buy 100K of Bitcoin. Wait till you see the FOMO kick in. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like basing too much of this kind of fundamentals information on it being bullish. I think we should just focus on the DXY and the US 100 and dominance. I think that's really going to go ahead and give us an edge. But besides that, I wouldn't really be focusing on, people are getting excited about the damn Bitcoin ETF, bro. I told all of you, buy the rumors, sell the news, Bitcoin's in a dump, and everybody was calling me out. Everybody was being on my case. We had a lot of the Bitcoin moon boys, saying a whole bunch of things to me. And where are the Bitcoin moon boys now, right? Where are they at? Exactly. So they're nowhere to be found. So that's just fortunate of how the market moves, right? And I was talking about, there's been cases that Bitcoin has done this. Wall Street is known for manipulation, right? But yet people still have the hope that things are going to change, right? And that's not always the case. That's not always the case, unfortunately. Yo, Jonathan, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one. Said, no problem, Jin Jan Joe. That works too, bro. That works too, by the way. Do me a huge favor, smash that like button for me, chat. We have 8 watchers, six likes so far. So see, that's what I'm saying. Like, typically we would have a pretty good pop in stream, we'd have over 10, 20 watchers. Right now we're down to like 8 watchers, right? That just tells you the sentiment of how the market's doing. And that's also as a content creator, well, you kind of get information a little bit sooner than most people, is when you start seeing a decrease of views and watchers and new subscribers, right? You typically, when retail starts to go ahead and see that decline, you could go ahead and see where the market's moving, right? So here we see Jim Cramer has doubled down on his bearish Bitcoin price outlook, predicting that it's unlikely that crypto will find its footing. I mean, I don't even know who still listens to this guy. I'm surprised this guy hasn't been fined by the SEC. Obviously, he's probably part of like everything that they do, but it's kind of sad how he always gets people wrecked. So I wouldn't put my trust too much on that guy. That guy's quite a joke, to say. We also see right here on Bitcoin Magazine, a live look at Wall Street buying at its first $100,000 in Bitcoin, just the beginning. You know how I feel. Anything with Wall Street, dude, I don't care. You know, one of the biggest things that I've been mentioning to all of you, the biggest enemy that we have is the Federal Reserve, right? That's the enemy number one. So do we really want banks to be, you know, touching crypto? For me personally, I don't, right? That was the whole reason why I got into Bitcoin, because I got tired of Wall Street's manipulation when it came to, you know, the options market, to the stock market, to everything going on in the market. I got tired of that manipulation, and that's why I made that pivot and transition into crypto and blockchain. And yet here we go again. We have Wall Street number 2 now. You know, banks are trying to take control of Bitcoin once again. They are, and they will. And they'll go ahead and do the same thing that they're doing to the stock market now into the crypto market. So this is the reason why I've been really bearish with these kind of news. I'm probably like the only person, maybe a few other people that I know, that are actually bearish with these kind of informations in the market. But for me personally, I just don't see any benefit to any of this, right? I don't know why people keep on pushing these narratives of these news. I guess it's what people want to hear, right? People want to hear, you know, BlackRock is buying this much tokens and Bitcoin's going to the moon, you know, XRP is going to the moon because, you know, BlackRock approved an ETF. It's like, this is the news that retail gets sold time and time again, right? And if you've been in the markets for a while, you wouldn't be easily manipulated with what's going on and what kind of news come out, right? Because a lot of people are not aware, but a lot of these news are paid sources, bro. These companies, BlackRock, will go ahead and pay these publishers thousands of dollars to go ahead and get articles published in order for them to go ahead and move the market. It's literally psyops, you know, and this also goes in with the advertising world of what goes on in everyday commercials and music, right? We're literally getting psyoped into the direction of where the market should be heading. So in reality, it's really a lot of this is really controlled, you know. That's why I don't like looking at the news too much. I don't like reading much of this BS. But I do think it's good for us to keep informed of what, you know, retail's feeling and what they're thinking. We also see right here, Grayscale has over $530,000 Bitcoin and could theoretically keep selling into mid-March. What are the freaking coincidence to that, right, bro? What are the freaking coincidence to all of this going on in the market? It's like, I almost want to tell everybody, I told you so, the ETF news was not going to be good. But hopefully it's a freaking learning experience and lesson to all of you to never, ever, please ever rely on freaking information like that. That's paid. It's paid information, bro. It's paid information. I just hope people, you know, get it through their minds and understand the things that go on in the market. If you could understand somewhat what charts are, you don't have to be an expert, because I wouldn't consider myself like the best expert when it comes to this. I consider myself pretty knowledgeable of what I talk about, just due to the fact that I've been looking at the markets for a while. But all you have to do is just understand how the DXY moves, what the DXY is, understand what the US 100 is and how it moves, and then understand how Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance moves. And you're able to kind of predict where the market's going to be heading. Instead of reading all this BS news of ETFs getting approved left and right, what Gary Gensler says, dude, it has a correlation to the market, but not really. It makes you think that it has a correlation. Like right now, like people are blaming BlackRock and Grayscale and GBTC of the sell-off of Bitcoin. Can it be a possibility? 100%. But like, why wasn't anybody expecting that? It was kind of common sense. Like, you really thought freaking institutions were going to be buying Bitcoin at freaking $50,000 and above, bro? Like, come on. Really think about it. Like, ask yourself, do you really think big money was going to go ahead and buy Bitcoin at $50,000? No. They're not going to go ahead and do that. Big money is going to go ahead and buy Bitcoin whatever price they want. And as I mentioned, big money was probably buying Bitcoin at around these ranges right here. Around these ranges. I was bullish on Bitcoin right here, dude. Bullish right here when everybody was bearish. Everybody was calling for $10,000 Bitcoin at the zone right here, and I was calling for $40,000 to $50,000 Bitcoin. So big money is not going to be buying right here. That's where retail buys. Big money sells right here to retail in order to convince you that buying Bitcoin at $48,000 to $50,000 is a good price, you know, and once they go ahead and scare the market and they bring it down to the price action that they want to, after they made all their money right here, they're going to go ahead and rebuy again, and they're going to go ahead and push Bitcoin to higher highs. As I mentioned on the daily, it looks like a massive cup and handle pattern, so it's looking pretty bullish long term. And then we're going to see a major reversal, and then retail is going to be stuck buying the tops again, whether it's at $80,000 or $100,000, and big money and smart traders are going to be selling on their way up, and then there's going to be news about Bitcoin hitting $1 million, and people are going to believe it. It's going to be the same narrative. You know, institutions pay these publishers, post out the articles, they make it seem like something big is happening, they make retail think they're going to go ahead and get rich overnight, because that's what we all want, right? We all want to become multi-billionaires overnight, and then we get sold a dream, and then institutions sell at the near top or closer to a top, and then retail ends up buying the tops as always and calls everything a scam, because they're always buying and they're always getting in a little too late. Once you start hearing news sources talk about it, it's late, man. It's late. There's a reason why you have to be exposed to this market 24/7 if you really want to make money. You have to understand how the DeFi sector moves, what moves the market, what doesn't move the market, what damn freaking climate change is going on or something that's going to move Bitcoin, right? It's a lot of BS. A lot of people rely too much on Elon. They rely too much on presidents, dictators, whatever the case is. A lot of people rely too much of someone to come change your life. Like, the only person that's going to come change your life is yourself. So you better get to either working or you better get to understanding how the market moves in order for you to make money and really make that life-changing money that you want to, because Wall Street is not going to go ahead and do it. No president or dictator is going to go ahead and save you to go ahead and achieve your goals, right? The only saver is yourself. Honestly, that's all you have, yourself. You're in control of your life, and all you could go ahead and do is move around with the market, right? The market's showing us bearish signs, we short the market. The market is giving us bullish signs, we long the market. It's really that simple, but not really, right? Because then there's manipulation. So right now I'm waiting for confirmation to go ahead and enter a long or a short. I'm aiming more towards a short. It does look like it did slightly, touch $40,000 something. My price target to enter a short was $40,000 535, and actually hit $40,000 515. So it hit about half of that, right? So it looks like this might be the top. I was having hope that, we would have never lost $40,000, but we also have these liquidity grabs where market makers push the price action to the downside to go ahead and get people liquidated and wrecked. Then we have everybody thinking this thing's going to collapse. Everybody starts going short right here when you should have been going short right here and right here. And then you have a short squeeze happen where the price action pushes up. You have shorts get liquidated, and then the price action goes up. And that's why I'm worried, right? Because we talked about how there's a lot of liquidations around $43,000 Bitcoin. So right now, I'm not longing or shorting the market just yet, but I am looking to short this market. And I think there will be more money made on the downside, in my opinion. I think there's going to be a lot more money made on the downside. But overall, we're seeing the market kind of overreact a bit. I mean, I've been giving out this warning for a while on Bitcoin and Solana, and it just seems like people are surprised by the price action. Like, I just really don't understand this kind of mentality, right? It's like when people are telling you like, hey, look, be on the lookout because this is the reason why it looks bearish, and then people are like surprised. Like, it's never told what was going to happen, right? Never understood that. Ryan, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Hope you're having a good one. How are you doing, by the way? Tarek, how's it going, Tarek? Getting my salary tonight. Any meme plays you could share? Yeah, 100%, bro. I do have a few meme plays we could go ahead and share right now. We're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Let me go ahead and take out my meme coin chart. How's it going, Vernon? Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing good today. Go Good says you're 1,000% right. I appreciate you, Glenn. How's it going, Glenn? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, shout out to Glenn, by the way, chat. Look, Glenn, I ended up getting this giveaway from Glenn, and I ended up getting a sock NFT. It's pretty cool, huh? So I really appreciate all the support, chat. Like, I've been getting a lot of freaking love and NFTs from a lot of you, a lot of the community members. So I really do appreciate every one of you. It really means a lot, I have so far already 3 NFTs because of all of you, right? I've been giving NFTs. So let me go ahead and show you the NFTs that I'm currently holding on to. I have this one that was given to me by Billy Blockchain. I have that one right there. And I also have a Solana dick butt that Dab Master gave to me. So shout out to Dab Master. And then Count, how's it going, buddy? And then I have this one that Glenn gave to me, which is a sock. Pretty cool, huh? So that's my new PFP right there, chat. So really do appreciate every one of you, you know, showing love and support all the time. Really does mean a lot to me. Let's go ahead and read the comments real quick. Just bought Jugs. How's it going? Hey, put the smart contract. Count, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one today. So yeah, is Bitcoin really gonna dump to $24,000? I mean, of course not. Come on, it's not gonna drop to $24,000. I had to use some clickbait in order to catch, you know, some people's attention, and hopefully then when Bitcoin does come crashing to $32,000, they're not surprised, right? Because that's just the reality of how the market moves. It's not grayscale. It's not freaking, you know, something going on with the economy. No, it's none of that. It's not war. It's none of that. It's just the fact that DXY has been oversold for the last couple days since December 28th. And this is the reason why I've been bearish on Bitcoin for the last almost month and a half, because the DXY was having this reversal on the warnings that I've been giving everybody. It wasn't because grayscale selling, bro. It's not because FTX is selling Bitcoin. No, it could be a possibility. It could be, but it's not. The thing is that a lot of people were sold that the ETF was going to take it to the moon, and it just so happened that there was an alignment with the DXY reversing. That's really what it is. That's why for me personally, I don't like putting my attention too much on these news. I think it's good to understand what people are thinking, how retail are feeling, but it's not information that you should go ahead and use, in my opinion, as a way to invest. In my opinion, all you need to look at is the Fed balance sheet, DXY, Bitcoin dominance, and the US 100. That's all you need to understand, and then just understand the narratives of what's going on in the US, right? What's going on right now in the US? Well, the US is having wars with the Middle East right now, which means more easy money pumped into the stock market. That's what people don't understand. People think wars equals a bearish market. They're like, oh, it's the wars that it's causing Bitcoin to go. Why would a war cause Bitcoin to go down? Think about it. It's supposed to be decentralized. Why does a war have to go ahead and crash Bitcoin, right? And that's what the narratives people are sold. Oh, people, you know, inflation's too high. People are not buying Bitcoin. Could be a probability, but is it really? You know what I mean? Like, people just put too many of these narratives, like right here. And what I'm trying to tell you is wars are good for the economy, at least for the U.S. economy and worldwide, right? How are wars funded? Think about it. How are wars funded? Wars are funded by more easy money coming into the market, and more easy money coming into the market means these politicians long defense stocks, and they make money. That's why war causes the market to go up. It's not freaking war causing Bitcoin to go down. Like, get that out of your head. It's not that. It's the DXY, it's the US 100. Look at those indicators and you'll have a better understanding of how the market moves. This is something that's really, really interesting, right? And people don't understand. They like to blame it. Oh, it's the president that's not moving Bitcoin. It's Gary Gensler, you know, it's the SEC, you know, they're against Bitcoin, and this is the reason why it's not at $1 million. Can it have a correlation? 100%. But is it really moving the market that way? No, dude, it's not. It's not. 100% it's not. Check out these news right here. There is something fishy happening behind the scenes of Tether and Tron's founder, Justin Sun, as Tether has printed $647.1 million to cover GBT selling using the Tron network. Sun claims that he has been buying Bitcoin for himself using this liquidity. And it's funny how, you know, even tokens like this are literally doing what the Federal Reserve does. You know, they print money out of thin air, they go ahead and buy liquidity, and now they're literally millionaires, multi-billionaires out of thin air, right? We're seeing the same price manipulation, the same exact thing, the same kind of corruption that Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain was supposed to avoid in order to go ahead and have the same tactics deployed onto this market, right? So that's something that this is literally what the Federal Reserve does. You know, they print money, they issue more money, they issue more debt, they rebuy the debt, and then they sell the debt. That's what the Federal Reserve does. You know, it's literally a whole entire Ponzi. So when you start pointing fingers at what a Ponzi is, I think you could consider anything a Ponzi at this point, right? We work for taxes, you know what I mean? It's like we work to pay taxes, pay bills, pay gas, pay utilities, and then recycle and redo the same thing over and over again. It's like everything's a Ponzi, right? It's all about perspective. But yeah, I think just, you know, what's going on right now in the market is, it's quite interesting to say the least. It's not where I would have wanted to see blockchain head towards, but people are going to go ahead and push the narrative of this is what we need in order for Bitcoin to be $1 million. And there you go. You have all the sheep running around with that narrative that we need the SEC involved. We need, you know, a digital currency, because this is the way Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million and we're all going to become multimillionaires and we're all going to have financial freedom, right? I think it's a story we're being sold to at this point. Count, what's your take on Chow? Chow just bought a good amount. Can you go ahead and post a smart contract, bro, on Chow? Definitely would like to go ahead. I think it's on MEXC, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's go ahead and talk about meme tokens, because I know Tarek was asking for meme tokens. I know I go on these rants, but it just really bothers me, chat. Like it really does. Like, I guess I take this a little too personal, and not just due to the fact that like just people really don't see the freaking narrative of what's going on, bro. Like people are so freaking blinded. Like they have to get freaking slapped in the face to wake up. And I'm being sarcastic, but not really. But like I just hope and I wish more people wake up to what's really going on. And once more people start waking up with what's going on, they're not going to go ahead and be living in this fear world, right? Because I used to live like that, bro. I used to live in that fear world, you know, a few years ago, back in 2017. And then we had this scandemic happen, and that thing scared the living poop out of me, bro. And I was like, dude, I'm going to make sure that this never, ever happens to me, and how I could prepare myself and my family for another case scenario to happen like that, right? So, you know, I was when that thing happened, I was like 20 something. I'm 25 right now. So that thing probably happened, 23, 20, 22, 21, around there, 21, 22 when that happened. So I was scared, bro, when I didn't know what was going on in the world, right? When the scandemic happened, if I made my math right. But I asked myself, how can I prepare myself if this ever happens, right? What are the key indicators to look at? And I started studying the market, and it's like, oh, okay, so the DXY, you know, understand how the stock market's moving, understand what's causing wars and what war causes what movement in the market, right? You'll also have the Federal Reserve, you know, what is the Fed balance sheet looking like? What is the Fed printing? You know, how much are they printing? And that's when I started to realize, like, oh, okay, so there's no way to predict exactly when a crash is going to happen. But you could definitely be preparing yourself with key indicators, right? You start looking at what's around you. They say, you know, the truth is sometimes hidden in plain sight, right? It's literally in front of our faces, but people just don't have the time and don't want to take the time to go ahead and learn any of this. And obviously, because no one's sitting here teaching us any of this, right? We don't wake up one day and learn what the heck is a Fed balance sheet and how all this moves and how credit and liquidity works. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality of the world that we live in. Like they don't tell us any of this, right? But information's in front of us, and it's only so much that we actually have. You know, we literally have, you know, the central bank's freaking liquidity swaps. You could probably see all this information right here, literally on the Federal Reserve's website. And you're like, John, well, I'm not from the US, bro. Why the heck does it matter? Well, as I always tell you, unfortunately, Bitcoin's correlated with the US markets. So you either learn this or you understand how this works. And then you're going to have a way better, what am I trying to say? You're going to have a better time sleeping, going to bed with your investments if you understand what I'm telling you right now, which is very, very simple, right? Very, very simple to understand. All you have to do is just understand it. Just be like, okay, you know what? This is what moves the market. It is what it is. And just understand how the market moves from it. I'm not sure if that made any sense. Hope it did. So we have that. We have Chow Chow right here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check out Chow Chow right here. Then we're going to go ahead and start talking about meme tokens. I just wanted to go ahead and say that out there because it just bothers me to see like people go through this phase where, you know, they're kind of running around like headless chickens trying to wonder what the heck's going on around in the world when the signs have been clear since the beginning. You know what I mean? It's been clear. A market correction has been clear. And once this market correction is over, we're going to have the biggest bull run for 2024 to 2025. And then yet we're still going to have a lot of people missing out, right? So it's whoever wants to learn learns from the market. If you don't want to go ahead and learn, that's on you, bro. All I could go ahead and do is that on my end, I know that I did my best to go ahead and, you know, keep everybody aware of what goes on in the market. And whether you want to believe me or not, that's up to you. I really don't care. I'm just, you know, trying to spread the awareness and, you know, give out those key areas, because I've been in that position before, right? We're getting wrecked by influencers, you know, thinking a lot of these influencers have the best interest in mind. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and, you know, realistically, a lot of people that do make content don't even know what the heck's going on in the world, bro. They don't even know how any of this works. They won't even tell you how the freaking Fed balance sheet has any correlation with the market. That's just the reality of the world. And these are the top freaking crypto influencers, right? So we have a lot of those people too. So imagine we have like sheep leading sheep. And there's literally sheep leading sheep thinking that they're wolves in wolves clothing, right? It just can't make any of this up, right? So it's just pretty crazy how there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of fear being sold, because fear sells. Remember that. Fear sells. Fear controls the markets. Fear controls the narratives. And anyways, Chow Chow. Let's go ahead and change it up and let's get some excitement here in the markets. So Chow Chow breaking up the blockchain, enter the pack of Chow token, a crypto companion hailing from the blockchain canal, not just another meme token. So what is this? I like how this guy's over here freaking smoking a cigar and probably sipping on some like bourbon or something, dude. This is what a typical day of me, if I was relaxing and I was living life, this is what I would be doing. Like, I'd definitely be sitting in a nice chair like that, sipping my bourbon and sparking a nice cigar, dude. That sounds pretty amazing, right? Your furry token friend, Chow Prime's maneuver. Let's see. Is there any utility behind this besides a meme token? Foundation, announcements, community. Let's see. So we do see a little bit right here, a little bit more information about Chow. 95% of deposited locked in liquidity pool. 4.5% preserved for DEX listing. Strong community. Uniswap's pool is thriving. That's pretty much it. Liquidity is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. You know, the fact that they have $259,000 of liquidity locked for 76 years is actually pretty good. And this thing was created back in January, February, March, April, May, back in May. And this thing has been pumping. That's crazy. I'm telling you, sometimes these tokens pump out of nowhere. It's 2,100%. I think that's about a 20x, 21x. Circulating supply looks pretty good. We also have, the supply at 7,774 billion. I'm liking these tokens in the billions more than the trillions. I got tired of looking at those tokens with the trillions. So it's good to go ahead and start seeing this pivot into the billions and the millions. That's what pushes the price action of a token up even higher, right? So are they listed on any exchanges? That's my question right here. So let me go ahead and check. You head over to CoinMarketCap, you post a smart contract right here on search, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and it looks like the only exchange you're listed on is ALTCOIN, and that's about it. So a token this is a hidden gem right here. I'm gonna make a video on this. Thank you. A token that has 2.49 thousand holders, nice circulating supply, nice market cap, nice liquidity locked. Everything looks pretty good, they haven't been listed on any major exchanges. Just wait until they get listed on, MEXC, BingX. You're going to go ahead and see a pump, and then usually by then is when you go ahead and see a continuation to a downside. So this is Hong Kong is coming, China is coming. I'm not sure if this is a Chinese project or community, but I do know that Chinese New Year's is coming. So if this is, then this is going to be big. right? The Chinese community is very, very big. So yeah, definitely check out Chow Chow. I like this one. I like this project. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, it's on ETH. I wonder how ETH prices are right now. But I mean, you could become a whale with $1,000. It's not too bad. Well, that's a dolphin. What would a whale do? A whale would be $3,500. So about $3,000 you could become a whale. But that's still not bad. Still not bad on that, right? I appreciate you, man. Hey, how's it going, Jose? Hope you're having a good one. Good job. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful day. So let's go ahead and talk about these meme tokens now that a lot of you want to go ahead and hear about, right? What is an X, freaking 1,000X, man? I'm asking myself the same question. What is going to be the next play to make us a lot of freaking money? Because that's what we're all here for, right? We're all here to make money. If you're not here to make money, I don't know why you're into space for. I'm here to make money. So I'm always looking for the next hidden gem, the next project that's going to hopefully make me a millionaire, right? That's the hopes and dreams we all have. So one that I'm looking at, it's Aurum. I'm very, very bullish on Aurum. The reason why is the circulating supply is very low. It's at a 10 million circulating supply. We did see this hit as high as 2 million market cap. And right now we do see about 2,000 holders, $992,000 of liquidity, which is actually quite good for a Solana token, not what we usually see too often. And volume is at 363,000 on 24-hour volume. They haven't been listed on any major exchanges from what I remember last time I did a review on them. We could go ahead and check them out right here. Yeah, no exchange listing yet. So just wait until they get an exchange listing. If they do or if they don't, I do think there's going to be a continuation to an upside. This is Myro upside in reverse. So that's the whole entire narrative. That's what it is. So this one I'm quite bullish on. I'll go ahead and share the link with all of you right here on chat. I would think, having some sort of exposure to the market is good. Whether it's $50, $100, I wouldn't throw too much money onto these meme tokens. That's just me personally, because there's a high probability that you're going to get wrecked. And these are really gambles, to be honest. You really can't do technical analysis on these meme tokens. We have that one. Another one that I'm very, very bullish on that, some people have been quite the opposite has been Myro. I think Myro is going to have a continuation to an upside. We're going to see where things are going, but they have been getting pushed by big influencers, surprisingly. Obviously, they probably got paid, but they're being pushed by Crypto Russ, a lot of other crypto influencers, right? Crypto Wendio, like a lot of influencers I never thought it'd be shilling freaking meme tokens or shilling it. Hi, your banana BEP20 bot, I couldn't find it. Hey, Mile, how's it going, man? Ondu thoughts. Ondu's pretty good, man. I know Ondu just got listed on MEXC. We'll talk about the bots. I think Banana is a BNB bot. I'll go ahead and show you right now. But my Ondu thoughts are it did get listed on, who was it? It was Dog Pharma that talked about Ondu a few days ago. He talked about Ondu a few days ago, and it actually just got listed on MEXC on futures. So if you want to go and trade, Ondu on MEXC on futures, check out MEXC right here. BingX is well known KYC platforms. And what I like about BingX is that they have actually been listing a lot of these meme tokens as of lately. So I do think low key, I think BingX is going to surpass MEXC. And you could actually trade the stock market too on BingX. So I think BingX is going to come grab MEXC by surprise, man, because MEXC has been the top trending, exchange for meme tokens. And if BingX comes and does that, I think people are going to be pivoting into BingX, right? So I would highly recommend all of you to check out BingX, make an account. That's going to be my preferred platform moving forward. And then also Bybit once I get my KYC situation moved. And then MEXC, it's good for non-KYC, which is good, I would say. But MEXC, dude, is just too much FUD there. But it's good to go ahead and check out. It's Ondo. Okay, Ondo. Yeah, Ondo. We'll talk about Ondo right now. And then we'll talk about the banana bot that we were talking about too prior. But I think Myro is going to be a pretty good one too. I'm not sure if I shared the yeah, I did share that. We have Myro. Another token that I'm looking at that I'm very bullish on is Solana. I've been talking about Solana. Solana is right here. I've been very, very bullish on this. This thing has actually dumped a lot, dude. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. Solana, I'm pretty bullish on this. They've actually just collaborated with Gate.io, I believe, venture capital. So I think this thing's going to be massive, very, very soon. I don't think they've had any major listing exchanges yet. Let's go ahead and check that out. But Solana is very good. I'm going to be making a video on Solana. Let's go ahead and see that. Solana, yep. Let's see if they're in any exchanges as of yet. So no exchanges yet. No exchanges yet. So on Solana. So I'm actually very, very bullish on Solana. I would be exposed to this. Not financial advice. Obviously, if we have a major market correction, this is not going to look too good. And a lot of these tokens might be dead. So you're kind of riding on a 50-50, man, to be honest. So I just be very, very careful with meme tokens right now. But I do think that risk on, we're kind of seeing it more. A little bit more people are feeling a little bit more confident in meme tokens and freaking Bitcoin, obviously, right? So we're seeing Solana. I'm going to be making a video on that. Another one that I'm actually making a video for on the community is Marvin. This is a narrative of a dog. It is running on ETH. And the reason why this is bullish is due to the fact that Elon actually, tweeted, "My dog Marvin woke me up at 5 a.m. to go outside," back on January 11th. And that was a foundation of Marvin. And right now it's community driven. So it has over 702 holders, very low market cap of 206. And liquidity is quite low as well, which is not usually a good thing. But if we do see a continuation to an upside, we could go ahead and be expecting liquidity increase as this token has more volatility, right? So 24-hour volume at $29,000. But I do believe, when meme coin season begins, you could be making a nice little bag. This is 0.0 community ran, and to become a whale, literally all you need is about $535, right? So anywhere between $500 to $600. You could become a whale on this token. That just tells you how early on you are. Obviously, high risk, high reward, right? So just be very, very careful. But yeah, we have Marvin on there. That video is coming soon. There's a lot of tokens a lot of you recommended. Let's see what Banana is doing. This is Banana right here, chat. So Banana is this this bot. I believe is on BSC as well. Let me go ahead and check. I might be wrong. It was probably only ETH. Let's see, is Banana. Dude, I wanted to buy this. I remember trying to get into the pre-sale on this, and I missed it because I didn't get paid that week. I was getting paid like the following week or something like that. And I missed out on this freaking pre-sale, bro. Like, this thing took off. I was very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed because I think this thing went as high as like, yeah, $12, right? $18. So pre-sale was right here at like under $6 all the way up to $12, right? So $18, so almost about a 2-3x, pretty much almost guaranteed, right? So Banana, I thought it was on Binance Smart Chain, bro. I guess not. I apologize. I gotta look for a Binance Smart Chain bot. I know there's a few. We had the whole entire meta with Solana, with Binance bots. It looks like right now we're not. It looks like typically a lot of these tokens only do like Ethereum and Solana. It's usually where most of the money is made. There's not that many Binance Smart Chain traders right now. That used to be the replacement for Ethereum. But now we have Solana. So now we have a little bit more competitors than we usually would in the market, right? How's it going, Mark? Hope you're having a good one today, bro. I'm here for my dog, John. Thank you, man. Salami inu rectum. Are those bananas straight? I don't know if those bananas are straight, man. Welcome, by the way. Jonathan says, my guess, BSV, Bitcoin, Satoshi, a vision can be pumped because of the dragon logo. Let me see. I think anything with the word freaking Bitcoin in it, it's gonna do pretty good, bro. I know somebody asked me about BSV2 as well not that long ago, probably a few weeks ago, and they were telling me about my thoughts about Bitcoin SV And I said I was bullish just because it has the word Bitcoin, bro. Like as soon as the freaking, I know that sounds like some retail kind of mentality, but you have to think like a retail sometimes, right? So like, what would you think is going to happen as soon as we get this confirmation of a bull run, right? We see Bitcoin make, you know, new all-time highs. A lot of the newbies are going to be coming into the space. They're going to see Bitcoin SV and like Ethereum Classic, and they're like, oh snap, I'm getting the same thing for a cheaper price. But they really don't know the difference, right? They don't understand the blockchain. So I do believe that Bitcoin SV will probably make new all-time highs. I mean, we see here back in the last bull run, we did about, you know, BSV was running around $400. So we could go ahead and see some sort of movement like that, if not even double. So I don't know too much about BSV. I don't know. I've never read the white paper. I was supposed to go ahead and do that, so I'm definitely going to put that on my list. But I don't know what BSV is. You know, I don't know what freaking BSV is. I always thought it was Bitcoin Silver. Then did they have Bitcoin Silver? Did they change the name and rebrand it? Because I remember that there was a Bitcoin Silver. And that was BSV from my understanding. But I don't know what Bitcoin BSV is, honestly. I really don't know. But somebody was telling me about this, so it means that this is catching up hype. So I would have to go ahead and do research on this. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin Cash. That's something that I'm very, very bullish on. This is like, in my opinion, like the original Bitcoin, what Bitcoin was supposed to be Bitcoin. And I'm very bullish on Bitcoin Cash. Like, I think Bitcoin Cash is the move, in my opinion. And I do believe that we will be getting a Bitcoin Cash ETF. And we do see that back in the last bull run, we were hovering at around $1,000, $1,500. So I do believe we could probably be seeing something very similar, if not up to $3,000 in my opinion. Obviously, you know, it's not always the same thing because, you know, back in 2017, we saw this thing skyrocket all the way to, I think, a little bit over $5,000, right? Let me see all-time high right here. All-time high was 4,355. I don't think we'll have a run like 2017. Maybe. I don't think so. But I do believe that Bitcoin Cash could probably run around easily, in my opinion, around $800 to $900. We do see that if it has lost multiple areas of support, though. So I wouldn't put my full bet into this. But I am a strong believer in Bitcoin Cash. I think Bitcoin Cash is the real move of transacting peer-to-peer with the blockchain of Bitcoin, right? So this is what I believe in. Obviously, people don't really like Bitcoin Cash for whatever reasons, but if you actually read into what Bitcoin Cash does and what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to be the actual Bitcoin of how you transact with peer-to-peer payment, right? It's the actual real Bitcoin, pretty much. It is a fork. Glenn says, BCH, I love you, John. Love you too, bro. Hopefully it's not a sarcastic. Myro is dumping. I think it's gonna do what Wall Street meme coin did. There's a possibility, man. We were talking about Myro, right? I've been very bullish on Myro, but we did just see a lot of these influencers pump it. And we know how we feel about when these bigger influencers pump these tokens is actually quite bearish. And that usually means like exit liquidity is coming into the space. I'm bullish on Myro, man. I'm going to see where things go, honestly. I don't have a bag of Myro just yet, so I'm not too worried on this, but it could be a possibility that this could be the top. Somebody else, Mark, was actually saying he's shorting Myro, right? I think it could have one last pump before it dumps, but we're seeing a lot of these influencers. Look, this guy right here, I don't know who he is. We have Rodney Tweet. You know, obviously these are all paid, by the way, chat. There's no way these influencers are doing it for free. They're probably getting a nice freaking bag. We see Tyler Hill. We see this guy right here. You've probably seen a lot of these influencers around the space. Who else? Crypto Wendio is here too. We have Rodney right here, 7 hours ago, streamed that. Henoch, which I wouldn't put my I wouldn't be putting my money on his plays, but usually whenever he calls something else is usually the top, man. I'm not gonna lie, I've noticed that. Usually Henoch, every time he calls out a play, it's always a freaking top, bro. It's like exit liquidity, man. I'm not lying to you. Then we also have, what other freaking influencers are in here? They're missing out on altcoin John, but we have Crypto Wendio right here, and we have Believes Crypto. and we have Crypto Us, bro, tweeting about Myro, like you can't make this thing up. These are things that you would have never seen 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, if you were a crypto influencer pushing meme tokens, bro, you were seen like if you were the devil, man. And it's like now it seems like a lot of these bigger YouTubers are going towards. I appreciate you, Ryan, by the way. It looks like these YouTubers, these bigger YouTubers, understand where the money's at. They understand meme tokens is the freaking money, and they understand that that's where the attention's going, right? So when Bitcoin's not doing its thing, you know, not only are they missing out on revenue, but they're also losing on their audience, on capturing the audience. And they have people like me where they talk about meme tokens and we take their audience, right? So it looks like there's a shift. We've also just saw Ponky, you know, being talked about, a token that I've been very, very bullish on. Ponky actually being talked about by Da Vinci, right? It's like, who would have ever thought Da Vinci would have been talking about Ponky, right? And that's what I'm telling you. It's like, I think a lot of these bigger influencers are starting to catch on that people don't care about freaking Bitcoin, bro. Like, who cares about Bitcoin, right? They're starting to realize that people care about what's hot and trending, and those are meme tokens, right? That's where most retail traders, investors are going to go. They're going to go into the meme coins. They're not going to go into Bitcoin. They're not going to go into Cardano. They're going to go ahead and buy freaking a token called, you know, a dog with a hat that's trending with an over 253 million market cap. And that's what people are going to buy, you know. People would rather buy a token called Cock Emu that's at like 300 million plus market cap, almost at $1 billion market cap. That's what people like to buy, man. It's just attention is the value, you know. Meme tokens have the attention of value. And we're seeing that narrative change in the space too. So it's actually quite interesting how we're seeing these bigger influencers that would never touch meme tokens touch meme coins now, right? Dog with a hat. Like who the heck would buy a dog with a hat, right? 343 million market cap. So we're definitely seeing a change in the space. For the good or for the bad, I don't know. I don't know. But I did mention also with Myro that there's a possibility that this could be a head and shoulders pattern forming. So definitely be on the lookout for that, right? We have this right here. So we could go ahead and have another shoulder before we have a drop. And then we're going to go ahead and have a continuation to the downside down to 4 cents. So bullish case scenario, I think we could reach about 30 cents, 32 cents would be my bullish case scenario for Myro. And then we're going to go ahead and see a drop down to about 4 cents in my opinion. Obviously, meme tokens are very difficult to do TA on. This is like almost near impossible because there's a lot of manipulation that goes behind meme tokens. You could sit here and draw the Fibonacci's and do everything. But at the end of the day, there's also always going to be an outside influence that's either going to pump or dump a project. You know, all it takes is Elon Musk to say something bullish about Myro. Myro could hit $1. You know, all it takes is Elon say that Myro sucks, or the co-founder, and the freaking token's completely dead, right? It's a lot of dumb narratives that are in place, and that's why meme tokens are mostly more gambles. Bitcoin SV is a fork of Bitcoin Cash, which in turn was a fork of Bitcoin. BSV was created in 2018 by a group of individuals led by Craig White. No way. That's interesting. So yeah, it's quite interesting how Bitcoin Cash is a fork of BSV. So what the heck is BSV for? Glenn says, I'm messing around with you. We all have our own conventions. Maybe I'm sleeping on the real Bitcoin. Wait, what is that mermaid token? Where's that mermaid token? How can you tell the difference between the paid ones? Is it something they all do? Yes, influencers get paid for all of this, bro. So when you're seeing like a lot of influencers talk about a project, usually it's a paid advertisement. Like I could tell you that this is paid. Right here, let me see if I could even go on to it. I could tell that this is paid due to the fact that we see a lot of these tokens being talked about. When you start seeing a lot of these tokens being talked about by, you know, a freaking like 10, 20 different influencers, especially the bigger influencers like Crypto Russ, Crypto Wendio. There's certain influencers that will get paid. Like, for example, I know Rodney, he's pretty open to it. He talks about how he gets paid with a lot of these tokens, and he's been really, really open these last couple weeks that like he's been getting a lot of money from meme tokens, him shilling meme tokens. And a lot of these Twitter influencers make a lot of freaking money shilling these meme tokens, bro. And most of them are because you're the exit liquidity. So that's why there's certain influencers that I don't listen to when it comes to tokens. And I always make my own analysis and prediction, because a lot of these influencers get paid on the back end when it comes to a lot of these tokens. But it's quite obvious, like when you have like 5, 10 of somewhat of the top influencers in the space. Rodney has been open that he freaking he's been getting paid on the meme tokens. I could assure you, Crypto Wendio probably got a nice little bag. And you're talking about anywhere between, like, these influencers could be getting paid $10,000 per video, $20,000, $40,000. So they could be getting paid quite a bit, right? So Miles says, I saw a movie, Lighthouse 2019. That's when I realized I really like mermaids. I mean, mermaids are pretty hot. I would definitely agree with you. I would say it would be pretty cool to have a mermaid girlfriend, but I don't think so, right? I don't think it'd be cool. No, but yeah, dude. Man, I mean, a lot of these influencers are getting nice little bags on this. I'm pretty sure they probably got like a nice little $10,000-$20,000 to make a video. Like, dude, that's a nice little payday. I mean, even if it's $5,000 to make a video, bro, it's like that's a nice little payday, right? So that's usually, we know Bitcoin used to BitBoy used to charge about $40,000 per video in the last bull run. So BitBoy used to charge about $40,000 per video. So BitBoy, that's where he was making a lot of his money. It's not really, it wasn't freaking trading. Trading was part of it, obviously the affiliate marketing and all that. But most of his money was being made shilling these rug pulls, which BitBoy shilled a lot of freaking rug pulls, bro. Like, I lost a lot of money jumping into the projects BitBoy talked about. But, that was my fault for freaking listening to this guy and thinking that he was gonna have the solution to everything, right? And that's kind of the reason why I pivot, and now I look at like actual traders. I listen to actual traders that trade the market. Like, for example, I like watching Andy from Bitcoin Census. He's my favorite trader. He sticks to what he's looking at the market. He doesn't trade the hype too much. Been learning a lot from his videos as of lately. We also have Sammy Loyo. I like watching Sammy Loyo. He's pretty good. And that's pretty much like the two, I guess, YouTubers you would call that I actually watch, Besides that, like, I don't really watch that many people. And Rodney, I watch here and there for entertainment. I think he's a little bit too much on the drama side, which for me personally, I just don't like getting involved in that kind of BS. But people love drama, so, he's good at it. So he's been doing very good with his channel. But there's not that many influencers I personally watch in this space, bro. Unless it's for like entertainment purposes, which you should be watching pretty much all of them, right? People tell me, hey, John, I watch you for entertainment purposes. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad you're not taking financial advice from me because, I'm not a financial advisor, bro. Count says, would you rather have a mermaid top half fish or bottom half fish? Damn, dude. I guess bottom half, bro. Because top half fish would be kind of weird and creepy, It's like... I think it's already kind of weird enough to be dating a freaking mermaid, right? It's like, it seems kind of hot, but when you think about it, it's kind of weird. You're like dating a half fish, half humanoid. I don't know, man. I don't know. It sounds quite crazy when you talk about it publicly, right? They're gonna be like, "Damn, dude, this guy's freaking crazy talking about mermaids and having a mermaid girlfriend." And I guess it sounds kind of hot, but when you think about it, it's kind of weird, bro. Y'all weird for thinking that, man. I'm messing with all of you, man. It's crazy, but no, dude. Honestly, there's most of these deals are paid through the back end. Like for example, like Wall Street memes, they were paying a lot of these influencers on that. So Wall Street memes actually reached out to me and wanted to pay me on making content for them, and I declined the offer. So there is a lot of tokens that will go ahead and like, you know, tell you to push the project and then get paid, which is most influencers, right? So that's how most influencers make their money realistically. Some of them are going to tell you the truth, some of them are not, but that's how many influencers make their money. That's how Ben, you know, Ben from BitBoy or whatever BitBoy his name is, made a lot of his money. He was charging over $40,000 per video, bro. He was making bank. He was making bank, right? So if he knew intentionally that it was gonna rug, then I think that's not ethical in my opinion. But as an influencer, you just don't sometimes know like who has the right attention, the right intentions with other people, right? Some people might be pushing a project and you might do it to help the community, and you know the other person, the developer, might have the wrong intentions to rug pull, right? So you can't blame fully BitBoy for everything. You could blame him because I guess if you want, I lost, you know, a good amount of money, over $100,000, you know, listening to freaking BitBoy's plays on his freaking tokens. But as I mentioned, that was a lesson there. Don't freaking listen to what these other influencers are talking about. So I guess you could point the fingers on everybody, right? You could point the fingers on the Federal Reserve. You could point the fingers on BitBoy, or you know the influencer you watch. It's his fault. It's the SEC's fault. It's Gary Gensler's fault. You can blame everybody, but if you're not blaming yourself, dude, you're the freaking problem, right? You get burned. You learn your lesson. You move on, and that's kind of the reason why. Like now I listen to actual traders in the market, bro, because the actual traders in the market are the people that make money, man. It's not these it's not the people like Crypto Ruz. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I like Crypto Ruz. He's quite a funny guy. But you know, he's dollar cost averaging, bro. He probably trades here and there, right? But the real traders really don't care what the heck's going on, right? They're trading the market both negative and positive, and that's when I started to realize that I'm like, dude, you could just make money trading both sides. Like, why pick a side? Like, it's like I feel like retail things like longing the market and shorting the market, it's like joining the dark side, bro. It's like, oh, you're a bear, dude, you're evil. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like this is the reason why traders make money off of retail, bro, because they're so predictable and you can make more money that way. It's like you can make money when Bitcoin goes up, you can make money when Bitcoin goes down, and you're not affected by the market. But most retail are crying and panicking when their token's not up 200% in a day. You know, so like you also have to keep that in mind. Like traders are the ones that are making the money. And that's why like I always say, like, you know, if you just trade the market, you make more money. Like, yeah, leverage trading is pretty risky, but regardless of where the market moves, you can make money on the both upside and the downside. And if you're just buying memes and not diversifying your knowledge, you're kind of like setting up yourself for disaster, unless you're a full-time meme coin trader degen, which there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. I have a buddy that's made literally over $100,000 plus in the last 2-3 months trading meme tokens and doesn't know technical analysis. He just understands the narrative, the hypes, and he understands what to look for. So there's money to be made. You just have to choose what side you want to make money on. Bro, what kind of fantasy did this turn into? That's what I'm saying, bro. We went into like it just seems like we all have a freaking mermaid fetish or something, man. It's like something we never even freaking knew we had. Ben, what happened to Ben Armstrong? I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, what happened to him in general? I don't know, man. I haven't really kept up with the news. Actually, he was like quite an interesting character when all the drama was going on. I think that was like the only like exciting thing in the market at the time when there was a lot of red in the market. But I don't know what happened to Ben Armstrong, man. I really, let's go ahead and see. He's been real quiet. I haven't heard him saying anything crazy. I mean, he's still around. His channel has grown a lot. His channel's doing very, very good. So obviously his fan base is still very, very loyal to him, which is good. Yeah, as I mentioned, like, I could agree or disagree with a lot of things that Ben does, but I really don't care, dude. It's not my freaking life. I could really freaking care less what goes on in his life, right? But people are just so like, it's just the drama sells, as I'm telling you. Like, people just love this BS. Like, I don't care about this guy, man. As I'm telling you, I got wrecked with his freaking projects that he shilled last bull run, and I'm not gonna blame him. I'm going to blame myself for being an idiot and listening to this guy. That's who I'm blaming, right? But people love to go ahead and point fingers on everybody but themselves, right? Like, yeah, no, dude, start pointing fingers at yourself, right? Love or hate this guy's doing it, man. This guy's good at what he does. This guy's like Ben's like the Kim Kardashian of crypto, bro. Like, this guy knows how to sell freaking attention. Like, he knows how to spark controversy and like get people up and running and getting everybody hyped up and like get everybody talking about him, and like, he's really good at this, man. And I think eventually a lot of this is going to hit him very hard, man, with his lawsuits and everything that's going on. I think he's going to get hit very, very hard, and he hasn't really seen like anything that's going to happen yet. Like, everything that he just lost, I think, is just like the beginning to the end, because this guy, you know, he's been shady himself, whether he knows it or not, right? So I don't know. I as I said, like, I'm glad for everybody as long as he does good. I really don't care what this guy does. Like, I don't care who he's dating, what projects he's shielding or not. Like, yeah, dude, I think he's a cool guy. Like, I'd freaking have like a drink with this guy. Like I'd have a drink with this guy, but would I take freaking crypto advice from this guy? Probably not, man. Probably not. I wouldn't take crypto advice. He's a very knowledgeable guy, right? But it seems like the fame really did get to him. It seems like once the fame came in, he just changed as a person. But they always say that, you know, you really see the real truth of a person when the money comes in, right? You really see who the person was inside when the money comes in. So, you know, maybe he was always that guy. But yeah, interesting guy, to say the least. His arm is not strong anymore. It's like Arm & Hammer, right? Vernon says, John, the scammers love promoting on your channel. Keep getting these scam crypto ads. You're talking about like the ones with like the Solana co-founder, or like Charles from Cardano, talking about like, click this link and it's like an AI narrative. Yeah, dude, I've been getting a lot of those too. Count says, I follow TA YouTubers talking about Bitcoin going sideways on a daily basis. Yeah, man. Like, right now, I've been in the neutral levels. I see, the thing is, bro, it's like, you don't want to ever rely your information on somebody or someone, right? What your goal is when it comes to watching influencers. There's like literally this guy Mark that's like, dude, I only watch your channel to know what everybody's thinking and do the opposite. Like, there's literally a guy Mark that just jumps into the channel and he starts shorting the market. like straight up, and there's a lot of people that do that, right? So, like, you know, you can't hate the player, join the game, right? So I wouldn't ever put my trust too much on a lot of these influencers when it comes to technical analysis. But like, a few that I do personally, like, I love watching Carl's blogs. Like, these are very, very cool. It's pretty cool to see, like, you know, him spending all this money. I think it's really cool. I like it. Really, really, really cool what he has going on. And then I like watching, you know, Andy from Bitcoin Senses, which I would recommend highly. Like, if you want to listen to real good technical analysis, in my opinion, I like listening and watching Andy, you know, and he just had a collab with D-Wolt, which we actually just collaborated with him a few days ago. You know, we actually collaborated with D-Wolt like about a week ago. So this is who I would check out, dude. Like, this is someone that I like to go ahead and listen to. Yeah, the microseller scams. This is who I like to listen to. I like watching Andy from Bitcoin Senses. I would say he's I wish I would have known about him earlier on. I just found out about him not that long ago, a couple months ago. And then another one is, for me, people don't like Sammy Loyal, But like literally, like this guy has been probably the only person that I've noticed that has called, you know, tops and bottoms on crypto. Not exactly, but he has been giving the warnings, right? He's not too much of a moon boy when it comes to a lot of his information. So to me, like personally, I like listening to Sammy Loyal, dude. Like this is like my daily thing. Like whenever this guy freaking goes live too, this is who I'm watching. So John, how's your Bitcoin short going? I haven't entered a position yet, Vernon. I'm still waiting for a confirmation. I'm still waiting for a confirmation to enter my short. Because right now anything could happen. We could have a short squeeze, anything could happen. So right now I'm just waiting, and then I'm also waiting to go ahead and get paid in order to go ahead and open a short. But I'm not gonna put in too much. I'm only gonna do like a 5x. Sorry, I'm gonna do like $100 max is what I'm gonna do, and I'm probably gonna short Bitcoin, or maybe if I don't short Bitcoin, I'll look into shorting Solana or meme tokens. So I'm also looking at Solana. If Solana does break, we could be approaching 144. But let's say, for example, if Myro does continue to fall to the downside, I think there's more money being made on the downside on Myro. So this is what I'm looking at on Myro. Looking at the 4 hourly, looks like a major cup and handle pattern forming. So I'm going to patiently wait for this breakout. And if this thing happens, if it does break above, I do see like a 30 cents and above. But if Myro does continue to go to the downside and loses support at around 18 cents, I do see Myro going down to 4 cents. And as I mentioned, there's also more money being made on the downside. And that's over 50 to 60% correction, right? So right now I'm patiently waiting. I'm not getting on my emotions like I usually do when I trade these markets. I'm trying to stay as disciplined as possible, and I'm trying to stick to what I'm saying, because as much as I want to long or short the market right now, in my opinion, on the longer time frames, it hasn't given us that confirmation. But we are seeing it on the 4 hourly, right? The 4 hourly is already giving us signs that the Bitcoin has been weakening overall. We see that right there. We see the DXY take a breather today, but we're going to go and see how it does tomorrow. And then we're also seeing the US 100 take a breather. So I'm just waiting for this confirmation to be like, okay, the US 100's topped in. Then that's over for Bitcoin, and we're going to see a collapse in Bitcoin. And we're probably going to see a collapse on, possibly, maybe, on a lot of these altcoins, a 30 to 40% correction, because people over panic, people overreact. Like, they don't realize that there's like Bitcoin dumps, altcoin season begins, and we have meme coin season, which is very, very bullish, right? So a lot of people don't know these narratives. They're just going based on emotions, and they're kind of panicking. And as I mentioned, they're listening to these bigger YouTubers. They're listening to these YouTubers with 500,000 to 1 million subscribers, and they don't even know what the heck they're talking about, right? So as I mentioned, it's sheep following the sheep. So that's kind of like what we're at right now. Vernon says, I don't like Andy. He might be a good at TA, but he promotes anything, not a complete scam for those checks. I saw him promoting complete Ponzi schemes such as Play. What is Play? You deserve some nice profits, man. I genuinely sad to see you not doing as well as you should. Yeah, dude. I mean, it kind of sucks. It is what it is. But yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, Andy does do really good on TA. I don't know what he pushes or what he promotes. I really don't watch him on that. I mostly only watch him on his technical analysis. Benjamin Cohen's TA is pretty good, but he makes you fall asleep within seconds. Yeah, and that's also a thing, man. The thing is, dude, like, as I mentioned, it's like, especially in the space as a content creator, you have to be entertaining, man. Like, you could be very, very smart, but like, if you're not entertaining, like, it just gets boring. And there's people like that, as you mentioned, that I can't watch for too long because I kind of fall asleep on them, right? Let's see who Benjamin is. Benjamin. I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna see who he is. Am I follow? Okay, I'm not followed with him. I'm gonna check him out. Another guy that I really like. I think it's called. No, it's not called Around the Block. It's called. Let me see. Blockchain Backer. This guy, I like this guy. I got put on by him by Billy Blockchain, and this guy is freaking good, bro. I like watching him too. Watch certain projects where you buy NFTs and watch YouTube videos to earn. Oh. Vernon special. You could be doing better. Oh, bro, I feel you, man. Like, I feel the freaking same way. Like, you don't think I'm a little disappointed that I know I could be freaking doing a lot better than I should, but every time everything in life has its times, bro. It's like, it is what it is, bro. I just can't dwell on the freaking past. It is what it is. Like, all we could do is just move forward and just go on with whatever the freaking market gives us. It's part of the market. It's part of growth, and it's part of self-development, right? Money comes and goes in this space, and just like opportunities in your life, same thing, right? All you could go ahead and do is do your best every day, try to learn from those experiences, and then just try to pivot. That's pretty much all you could go ahead and do. But yeah, an $80,000 check will sound nice right now. That's that's something I would like to go ahead and have. An $80,000 check would sound freaking nice with these trades. So I'm waiting for this market to do its thing, and hopefully we could go ahead and be a little bit smarter when it comes to entering these trades. Stop losses, risk management, and most importantly, be disciplined, right? Because one of the biggest things that I've learned from Andy is like most people that trade the market every day, if you're trading the market a lot, you're usually losing a lot of money, right? So sometimes you only want to go ahead and take a trade a week, 2 trades a week, 1 trade a month. It just depends on what you feel comfortable with. But it's all about discipline, right? Because sometimes like people have the urge, the itch to trade when there's actual no reason to trade, right? And that's where the discipline comes in as a trader. So it's just really that. It's just being, very, very cautious when it comes to that. Yeah, you got to start somewhere, man. I agree with you. Team is crappy and scummy on that project. It freaking dumped 8K NFTs to 500 after he promoted. Really? Did you buy any, Vernon? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the reason why as I mentioned, the thing is, the biggest thing that I'm telling all of you is if you really want to make money in this space, you have to do it before usually a lot of these bigger YouTubers are talking about it, right? A lot of the things that we talk about, the channel's not too big anyways, so it might or might not get traction. But most of the times, in order to make really good money in the space, you have to go ahead and do it in the DeFi sector or when people haven't really noticed what's going to happen. Because sometimes we also have whales jumping into these bigger channels doing the complete opposite. That's why I don't like leverage trading live anymore, because I got wrecked a lot. I noticed there's a lot of whales in my stream shorting it when I was freaking longing it, bro. So I got wrecked so many freaking times. People freaking seeing my liquidation, seeing my margins, and purposely getting me wrecked, right? So that's why I don't like live trading anymore, and I won't freaking do it ever again. Dumbest thing ever, but I never thought that would have happened, right? I like to watch Crypto John. He doesn't do TA, but he's a genuine dude trying to inform his audience. Apparently the Johns are good. Apparently the Johns are good. The claim it was going to be sustainable, but it freaking dumped and wrecked so many people, sadly. Do you know why big time pumped like that? The game was trash. Usually when a lot of these pumps come out of nowhere, a lot of these bigger games and metaverses are heavily invested by venture capitals. And that's also the narrative you need to be aware of, right? Like team tokens, when are they being unlocked? Our venture capitals behind it, SUI is heavily pushed by Coinbase, Axler as well, which is part of the what is it called, Cosmos ecosystem. So there's a lot of things like that you have to keep in mind, right? Literally the first investment in crypto, I got wrecked. I just wanted something I could have money coming in over time instead of losing it instantly on meme tokens. The project had big red flags for anybody knowledgeable in crypto, and he still promoted it. Andy is far from the genuine guy you are. I appreciate it, Vernon. I remember when you claim I was one of the whales counter trading you. Yes, I do freaking remember that, bro. I do remember that, Glenn. You probably freaking were, bro. I mean, there's a guy here called Mark that literally comes into my channel and sees what we're talking about, and then it's the complete opposite. Like if we're talking about, hey, we're longing Myro, he's like, all right, I'm shorting Myro. like you can't make this thing up. Like shout out to freaking Mark, dude. The Johns are good. Hey, Yarkson, how's it going, man? I appreciate it. Yeah, dude. So, man, see, the thing is, you just also can't blame a lot of people, right? At the end of the day, a lot of these people are here to just make money, and that's what we're here for. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's also a paycheck too when it comes to promoting projects or whatever the case is. Clickbait titles, you know, I know freaking people hate that. But those are the kind of things you have to go ahead and use. And sometimes the problem is that you really don't know what community has a genuine interest into the community, right? That's the hard part, right? So that's why I can't blame freaking BitBoy 100% that, you know, he knew that every project he was promoting was a scam. But yeah, every project that he promoted was a scam. I'm just giving him the benefit of doubt that he didn't know, but his actions have shown otherwise. So that's kind of like where we're at too, right? So anyways, guys, I hope all of you enjoy this video today, this content. Hope all of you have a wonderful day. Make sure to do me a huge favor by smashing the like button. Go ahead and turn on post notifications if you're brand new to the channel, and make sure to go ahead and use my links down below. BingX and MEXC currently are both KYC platforms. We also have Bybit and NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra. This is one of the best ways to go ahead and support the channel. And yeah, I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and definitely be on the lookout for more content. I'll go ahead and catch all of you on to the next one. Appreciate you. Thank you, Verdon. Thank you, Glenn, Yarkson. Who else do we have in here? Good, Count, Soul, Happy, Mile, Mark, Jonathan. Thank you, Mark, for tuning in. By the way, Mark is a it's Andy's mod, by the way. But I'll catch all of you on to the